At first, it was an iffy thing because I'm like, I don't want to swing a sword at my little cousin. However, now I'm just like, take his head off. He'll block.
Bringing the encampment to life is no simple feat. It takes a strenuous effort working day and night from all members of the camp. Given only 2 weeks to bring the entire empire together, it's all hands on deck. And the hands in this encampment are all family.
Actually, we have a lot of discussions about the festival at home, and we do a lot of planning and what we're gonna do next year. And on the drive home, it's like, hey, what did you think, we could do better tomorrow? Or hey, did you like today? One of the questions he loves asking, and I love when he does it, is what was your favorite interaction? And that always leads into something exciting, because half the time it's like you want to cry just because like people, the way they treat you is so amazing, and you don't think they will, but they do.
I'm starting in the decorations for the merchant tents. Once I'm done with that, we can put elephant for that. We're going to get decorations for the tents here. Like most people who work with their family, it usually can be, I guess, stuffy at times is the way to describe it. Their parents, so like personal things, no matter what they say, are going to get involved. But also it's like I can talk to them though. I can trust them. I know that ultimately we have each other's well-being at heart.
I was invited here by my wonderful wife of 9 years.
You're my wife. I'm like, yeah, I call you my husband, my partner, my boyfriend. He has 3 names. Whenever I talk to someone and I change it up, they're like, does she have 3 guys? I'm like, no, it's just one. It's interesting because he has to see me and pretend to flirt with other guys within the Ottoman encampment, because that's the way my character is. There was this wonderful character that was Kapia. He was a black eunuch, most handsomest man, beautiful, like he was ebony. Under like the sun, like he was like an onyx. So my character fell in love with him because he reminded her of her late husband Ramses. So he would have to deal with me talking about him consistently.
Acting was hard. I did take drama, but it wasn't like, I go out there and I act in front of hundreds of people either. So it was, it definitely took a lot of courage for me. I'm not a brave, I'm courageous. There's a difference.
For me, it's enjoyable because I'm able to envision what's gonna happen when the festival starts. And so during setup, I have a lot of ideas and thoughts that I want to get out, but because there's so many people doing it, I physically can't do it myself. And so it's hard to explain to somebody like, I want this here, and then it's not done right, so then you're kind of deflated, but it still looks good.
No matter where they went, the Ottomans were always draped in beautiful garments and apparel, and the encampment was often displayed with precious goods. The tents at the festival are adorned with furnishings akin to royalty, artifacts procured from all over the world. They portray the ambiance of different cultures, all assimilated to befit the Ottoman dynasty. Not unlike the tents, each character brings a different background and history to the encampment, their personalities adding to the mystique.
My name is Michelle Lawrence. I am the Sultana, Valide Sultan. Valide Sultan means mother of the Sultan. I actually say Sultana because in the festival, a lot of people ask why it's Sultan. In the Ottoman Empire, there was no differentiation between male and female. So I added the Sultana so people would stop asking that question. And they feel more comfortable, because when I said it, it was a kind of look of, maybe she said it wrong, but even the princesses were sultans. They were all sultans, yes. It makes it more feminine, and so people understand that I'm actually not the sultan. Because they were like, oh, I didn't know the sultan was a female. no. Then I had to explain everything, and it was very confusing because I was trying to explain it to them, saying, imagine if the king was just a title and it was a title for the entire royal family. That's basically what it is, because that's what Sultan means. The Sultan is away campaigning, is that we tell everyone. There is some controversy with Sultan Suleiman, as he was the Sultan that got married, and so it was not looked upon favorably. So we say he's away campaigning. And then there's also questions about the harem and where his concubines are, and isn't he betting this one? Is he betting that one? And we didn't want to deal with that, so we kind of left it alone. We also don't have his wife, Hurrem, again, for the same reason, because some people think she was evil, and because, you know, of her role, so yes.
Thank you. My name is Edward James Stinson III, but some call me Trey. You know, Trey's 3/3. But my character in the encampment is Grand Vizier Ibrahim Pasha. As the Grand Vizier, I am right hand to Sultan Suleiman, and so my entire character is the Prime Minister of the Ottomans. I would go get sent down in place of Sultan Suleiman, such as in Egypt. They actually sent me down to kind of handle the situation in Egypt. The previous Pasha was like overtaxing them, so they sent me down to aggressively dispose of him. That means like I beheaded him, put the head on a spear, and said, Egyptians, this will never happen again. Teamwork. But in doing that, now Grand Vizier Ibrahim Pasha got some popularity, and definitely later in history goes a bit to his head, but that's for later. Right now we work on the Ottomans and teach the era of the Ottomans from 1520 to 1566. So in doing that, that is the height of the Ottoman Empire and the golden age of that time.
I'm Jessica Gonzalez. I play Emil Hatun, the tea mistress within the encampment. Emil is within the tea mistress, so she's the one that does all the chai, so all the herbal blends. She'll also brew the teas and serve it to the people. Currently, due to past experience with like COVID, we're not serving tea, sadly. I am selling my blends though at the bazaar, so that's fun. Yes, Emil's part of the harem. She was gifted to Sultan Suleiman due to Aybek Pasha and Ayana after her husband sadly passed away across the night after she informed her that he wanted another wife.
Murat, well, he's a janissary in the Ottoman Empire. He was actually taken in terms of his family being Christian, he was taken at birth. They offered gold for his compensation of being taken to the janissaries, and he was trained at a very young age.
I am Ramel Robertson. My character name is Mustafa Algir Ragu. My role in the encampment, I help with the build, I help with the setup, we help orchestrate the show. My actual character is second in command of the janissaries. It is pretty much leading them guys, showing them what to do, giving them the ropes, new recruits, helping them guys get in, feel comfortable, and get used to interacting with larger crowds.
All right, keep going, because we only got like 10 minutes. I need to set up for the sword fight.
Oh,
2 to 3 months at the minimum to train for the show. But we definitely, man, it is a lot. But the show is like the height of the moment, man. It's what I love. It's my absolute passion. And it gives me so much joy to do the show. It is powerful, and it is, again, the representation of seeing two Black people fight in the show that are allies. And it is a proud thing to fight and showcase skill. That's awesome, and that matters. Very good, very good. Taking the offense back when you can. Why are you so fast? You're so skillful. That's what you get for champion titles. Unfair.
It's uncommon for people of my color or people coming from lower class standards to want to be involved in a Renaissance fair. Because when you think Renaissance, you automatically go to England. And that's the history that we're taught. So actually coming in, being an Ottoman, learning the history, and there's people that literally come up and they cry because they're being represented in something that has never taken the opportunity to represent anything other than the European history that we were taught.
Very good, very good. I love just being able to showcase and represent brown and blackness while looking awesome. Like, that's just a beautiful feeling for me. And the representation matters more than people know. It matters to see like brown and black children coming up, Middle Eastern and African children who are like, whoa, I didn't even know that this was a thing in history. And now we're able to show them and also teach them why it was a thing in history and how it was essential, essential to much of what we know today.
That will be enough. When people see me, and especially like younger people, not like little kids, but people that are able to understand that I'm black and I'm representing a role that most black people don't represent at a festival, and we kind of did it ourselves, you know?
Why don't we let the crowd decide?
Allah. Of course. My good people, who cheers for your Grand Vizier, Ibrahim